Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Horizon Forbidden West playthrough, where we're back at the base and oh, looks like we have more conversation available. Also, since we have new conversation available,
dirt we had to bring in.
If we're going to go
I'm assuming, yeah.
to protect life,
Actually,
we should have more of it around.
I see Alva as well, but what about
The more I
Kotaro?
learn about the old ones, the less different.
Just curious.
I'm listening.
Is there something with Kotaro as well? Since, yes, we do have a new conversation regarding his new arm.
I bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that.
Nobody else?
I need to go.
Of course.
Alright. Maybe Varl? Ah, it's actually Zo. Errand?
Anything I can help with?
No, I'm just curious to see. No, I guess.
I have to go.
And I've got plenty of reading to do.
Have fun with that. I thought maybe you would be interested about Kotaro's new arm.
Go ahead.
Varl? Anything? Nope.
I need to go.
Let me know if you need me.
Don't worry. Then I'm assuming Zo and of course Alva's gonna have something to say about the arm. Right?
So, mind if we talk?
I'd love to.
Okay. Companions, I'm assuming Kotaro's arm.
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
Aaron told us how you tracked down the Oseram supplying Regala with machines. In fact, he's quite adamant about relating the tale at least twice a day. But I can tell it meant a lot that you asked for his help.
I wouldn't have been able to track them down if it wasn't for him.
Alright, so actually it was regarding the rebel camps.
I need to head back out.
Let me know if you should need anything else.
I guess you don't care about Kotaro's arm. I mean, you are with Val, so makes sense. Anyway, Alva?
Aloy, what can I do for you?
I heard you were interested in Kotaro's arm.
Anything new around here?
Kotalo showed me the schematics for his new arm. I recall reading about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family, they would use it for different purposes. Their own.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Exactly.
Right, so basically becoming more and more robotic.
I better leave you to your studies.
There really is a lot to go through, isn't there?
Yeah. Also, yep, I like that we see the functions here. Right, I believe that should be everything. Also, yeah, I did find the last
Just need to find the right strategy.
totem as well, and it was a
The
chest.
man is unbeatable at machine strike.
A little God of War nod. Alright. Maybe automatic cutscene?
Welcome back.
No? Alright. I guess I can connect these ones and finish this quest.
There we go. All drones are reconnected to the dome now.
Right, so this was the first one. I was gonna select that one, and we're gonna talk with Gaia. This one we already seen, so that's how I'm gonna put it.
Good choice.
And then we're gonna go through later on through the rest that I haven't shown. And that should be, yep, this complete. It's just gonna be the Vista point, which I can't get to it. Right, Gaia?
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself.
What do you
It
mean?
has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
Whoa.
And each
Okay.
hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Okay.
I mean, from 35.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Before that, can we converse more, Gaia?
Aloy, I believe Varl is still waiting for you, outside Beta's room.
I know. I just wanted to talk about something else first.
As you wish.
Because it looks like you have a couple of options. Let's ask about the functions. The missing ones.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Ted. Guess he got what he deserved, in the end.
Yes. An igneous conclusion to his pathological narcissism, impulsive tendencies, and instability.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
Alright, so I guess the new conversation or the new lines were about maybe the base and regarding what happened with Pharaoh and what we saw in Thebes. Alright, what about our progress? Your companions, I'm assuming regarding Alva?
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
Wait, are we talking about a Roomba kind of a machine, or... Anyway, more about the plan to capture Hephaestus.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your Alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
Okay, but did you not mention, or did not make it clear, are the pulses gonna be fired all at the same time or in sequence, you know? Like at one cauldron you fire one, and then after half an hour you fire another at the other cauldron, and so on. I think maybe they're gonna do it in order, not at the same time, because I don't think it's gonna cover for 4.5 hours. I think maybe it was mentioned, but I can't remember right now. Right, about the old world. The discoveries.
So I found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen.
Indeed. Anything else about old world discoveries?
Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Oh. Could it be a possibility that maybe one of the functions hid there? I mean, there are tons of other possibilities. Maybe they saw they don't have much energy left or time left, and said, like, you know, just end it there and cut the connection. Yes, another mystery.
I'll be on my way.
I wish you safe travels.
Or could be a possibility they managed to extend the energy, and maybe there's another quote-unquote civilization or tribe, an underground one. Ah, so many possibilities. If they gonna explore that angle. Right. Anybody else have something to say new? After my conversation with Gaia. Don't think so, right? Kotalo. And that's Alva. Right, let's see. Alright, Beta. How are we doing?
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
At least the door is opened.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever.
No. I want to say I'll protect you, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure that's something we can do. I think I'm gonna say find your courage. Or either look at the odds, because she did escape on her own, you know, after she saw us in that cauldron, and then she cryogenically froze herself or went to sleep, and we found her. So in a way that kind of took a bit of courage. So yeah, find your courage.
The only way we can end the risk of that happening is by stopping the Zeniths for good. And in order to do that, we have to get Hephaestus. The Zeniths are a threat to everyone, Beta, not just you. So find your courage. That's easy for you to say. You still have no idea what they're capable of. I told you from the beginning, we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Come on, just...
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
Rust, I think. Yes.
Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You're right. I'll only be safe from them when we succeed. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Wait, is this like a point of no return? This is the last mission or whatnot? Nah, that can be. Also, yeah, that was beautiful. Can we chat more though?
Hey, I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
I am. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Getting along with everyone.
Alva's joined us. Have you two had a chance to talk?
She told me she's not allowed to access a lot of the data her people have. Similar to the restrictions I had in my training interface. I told her that if we succeed at Gemini, then once we return, I'll help her search for more ways to help her family. Even though Gaia will fix the biosphere, it'll take time for farmlands to fully recover. So, I want to help speed things up.
How so?
Bioengineering of more resilient plant strains, novel crop production methods, equipment upgrades. Something that might help in the short term.
Not bad.
I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
Anybody else?
So when you talk to the others, are you calling them over the focus?
No, they'll come down here to visit. Like Erend. He's funny. But loud. I wish I could show him the media portal and the data channel. I think he would like the sports hollows. There was one where two people would criticize each other before wrestling to see who was stronger. It was bizarre and violent, but I think Erend would enjoy it.
Yeah, you're right. I bet he would.
Anything else you've been up to?
So how goes studying up on the merge?
Guy and I have added a function that will display a holographic interface to visualize the data stream from Hephaestus. It should make expunging its malicious code a little more efficient.
That's great. Whatever we can do to cut down the merge time is going to increase our chance of success. Good work.
I'll continue to search for other ways to speed up the process. But whenever you're ready, I am too.
I have more questions about the Zeniths. Oh, anything else in the archive?
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database, before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
A little.
What else can you tell me about the Zenith colony?
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
Did the Zeniths tell you any details? Something that might narrow it down?
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age too.
And anything on the extinction signal?
So you know about the extinction signal?
It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her.
Her plan almost failed. If I hadn't stumbled upon a focus as a kid, things would have been a lot different.
Would it though? I mean, it was not shown in the... or we didn't encounter anything in the first game. But now that this was mentioned, I'm curious if Gaia actually, I don't know, managed to create something else. So even if you didn't bump into the focus as a kid, maybe at some point, I don't know, I'm just thinking like a small robot would come and have a message like, okay, here's a focus, here's what happened, whatnot. I know it's much to take in. Who knows? I guess that's everything.
Talk to you later, Beta.
Bye, Aloy.
Right, and I'm seeing side quest from boom. That's in a room. Is that another side quest from Kotalo or? So we need to talk with Gaia.
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. Called themselves vegetarians.
From what I
Oh no, this is Alva, alright.
Cat people.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
Before that, anything else? I mean, how's the training going?
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
That actually sounds nice, to be honest. Anything on the companions?
Have you spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
Please Please have a nice singing voice if you do that. Anything else?
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
Right. Was that a hint, a bit of low-key flirting between Alva and Kotalo? Right. What more on the Zeniths? What do you know?
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
Right. Regarding your help with something, what is it?
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
Alright, that's it for now.
I should go. Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
New side quest. Right? I don't need... It's not on hold. No, hold on. This shouldn't be the last quest. Right? Unless I missed something somewhere? Because I have this one, The Way Home. And it's on hold until the Wings of the Ten has been completed. And then I have these ones as well. So... I don't think this is the last quest. Because... if I go game progression, I'm like just under 92%. So yeah. Right, where was Kotaro? There he was. I wanna talk with him first, and then we're gonna talk with the rest. And unfortunately, I might have to leave it here for this episode. There was just a lot of catching up and conversations.
Aloy, are you well?
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that.
For now. How's the training going?
Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
Okay, short. I like that. Regarding the companions?
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
Right, I think maybe these conversations are a bit on the shorter side. Aaron?
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded intense. Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, ready to put the training to use?
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
It wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Yeah, okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
Right, regarding companions.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catalo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
You think? What's that supposed to mean?
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
Not really liking it. The way the conversations are going. Okay, I'm gonna ask the obvious. Who's gonna die? Or how many of you are not gonna make it back? Because this seems to be that kind of conversation.
Whoever replaced parchment for this deserves a good hammering.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny.
Also, in a way, if you think like that, at this point, even Hephaestus is kind of in the same position, you know, fighting for survival, so to speak. So it's not just us. Right. Let's ask about the companions, what he has to say.
How does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Catalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
True, just in case. Okay, regarding your training, are you ready?
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl. What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will.
Regarding the Zeniths?
I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right.
Looks like we can talk about Rust. What's it gonna be about, though?
You were right, you know. About keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. Because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
Okay, I'm glad actually that was short. Well, I'll see you out there.
I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
I think we might need to do that. Because of course something's gonna go wrong and all that. Otherwise it'd be too easy, right? Anyway, so...
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a... talk.
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
Alright. Ready to put all that training to use?
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon. And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep, no idea. Okay, I'll see you out there then.
I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
you'll hear about it.
Okay. I think we are caught up with everybody around here. So that will be talk to Gaia to launch the mission to Gemini, but I have this side mission. And I think yeah, I think I'm gonna do this mission for next episode. And just keep that mission. And then we're gonna launch the mission for the Gemini Cauldron. I don't know, I just have a feeling that I might get locked out of some stuff. And I'm hoping that I did not miss anything in terms of side quests or whatnot. And I'll still be able to do these ones that I need to do Wings of the Ten mission or something. Oh yeah, we'll see. For now, I'm gonna leave it here for this episode. It was just more of a pep talk with everybody around the base, and I'm kinda scared who's not making it back. Yeah, some of the conversation kinda hinted there. Is Kotalo not gonna make it back? Erend? Val? Zoe? Alva? I don't know. That's why I kinda wanna do Alva's mission as well. We'll see. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, guys, and I'll see you next time. But as always, don't forget to take care.